What if I told you one of the most common herbs in Chinese medicine can actually cause some health problems if used incorrectly? And the thing is, I would bet that most of you have this herb in your barn. It's probably one of the most commonly and widely used herbs in traditional Chinese medicine. In fact, if your horse has ever taken a Chinese herbal formula, there's a good chance that this herb has been in it. I'm talking about licorice root. In Chinese medicine, licorice, or gansao, is often called the great harmonizer. It's used to support digestion, tonify energy, moisten the lungs, ease coughing, relieve spasms, moderate the effects of stronger herbs, and help bring a formula together. It appears in countless classical formulas and is considered one of the most important herbs in the Chinese materia medica. But that's only part of the story. When you look at the Western research, licorice has some fascinating pharmacology. So research suggests it has anti-inflammatory effects, immune modulatory effects, antiviral activity, liver protective properties, mucosal protective effects in the gastrointestinal tract, and expectorant actions that can help loosen mucus and support respiratory health. One of its major compounds, glycyrrhizin, has been studied extensively and is responsible for many of these effects. One of the reasons licorice has become so popular in the horse world is because many owners use it to support horses with gastric ulcers. And there is a lot of rationale behind that. Research suggests that licorice may help increase protective mucus production, support mucosal integrity, and reduce irritation within the GI tract. In both traditional herbal medicine and modern research, licorice has been used to support gastric and duodenal ulcers, which sounds fantastic. But here's where we need to be careful. Many people hear that licorice can help support the stomach and assume that it's safe to be fed indefinitely. And that's not what the research supports. One of the best documented concerns with prolonged or excess licorice use is inhibition of an enzyme called 11-beta hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase type 2. When that enzyme is inhibited, cortisol can begin acting more like aldosterone, and so the results can be sodium retention, potassium loss, fluid retention, elevated blood pressure, and edema. In severe cases, prolonged use can lead to what's called pseudo-aldosteronism, a condition that mimics excessive aldosterone activity. This isn't something we typically see from occasional use or small amounts, but it is well documented with excessive intake, concentrated extracts, and prolonged supplementation. And this is where I think horse owners need to be careful. Licorice is often viewed as a gentle herb, and compared to many herbs, it is. But gentle does not mean consequence-free. The same herb that may help support respiratory health, digestive health, mucosal protection, inflammation, immune regulation, and liver function can also create problems if used at the wrong dose, in the wrong horse, or for too long. The lesson isn't that licorice is bad. In fact, licorice can be one of the most versatile herbs, both in traditional Chinese medicine and Western herbalism. The lesson is that even beneficial herbs have contraindications, whether you're using licorice for ulcers, respiratory support, inflammation, immune regulation, or as part of a Chinese herbal formula, you need to know these contraindications. Herbs are powerful, safe, and natural, but they also have to be used intelligently.